It's time for City Beat, your source for all the latest news on the city of Thompson. Only on 102.9 CHTF, your radio station.
Good morning, and thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of City Beat. I'm CJ Carter, and joining me in studio today is Mayor Dennis Fenske. Sir, thank you for coming in.
Good morning.
Now, you'll have to take it easy on me this week. It's my first show. I'm not used to sitting on this side of the mic. I'm usually the one at the board, but in the new news position, they've got me hosting now, so hopefully all goes well. If you have a question you'd like to ask Mayor Fenske, give us a call at 677-8181. Now, to kick things off, what's been happening around the city?
Well, basically with the significant weather changes, we've seen lows of 30, 35, and then highs of 2 and 3. So with that weather fluctuation brings a lot of water breaks. And we've seen a few of those over the last week or so. We've got a couple on the works right now. So again, just be aware of large equipment and barricades as the guys try to repair them as quick as they can.
Now, that's a good lead into my first question here for you. With the water main breaks over the last few days, one on Fox Bay, there's another one yesterday on Riverside Drive. The one on Fox Bay particularly, I know there's been more than a couple breaks there over the last few months. Is there any ideas for a permanent fix for that one?
Actually, we prioritize the number of breaks in the areas by incident, and recently, yes, Fox Bay has experienced that. The water main breaks water main renewal program that we have in place is trying to deal with that. But if you look at the overall map of Thompson, although Fox Bay is the highlight this week, it could be Riverside next week, it could be Westwood the week after that. There is no defined pocket of incidents, so we are trying to repair as we can and then replace where there's significant incidences continuing. So we'll look at Fox Bay again this year and try to plan for that.
Okay. And I mean, as long as even a temporary fix is, at the very least, that's something's getting done.
Absolutely, yep.
So yesterday recognized as Pink Shirt Day as many parts of the world, even here in Thompson with schools getting involved in organizing some events. What do you feel these kind of events do to prevent bullying?
Well, I think it's a big thing in regards to awareness, and you've seen it in the Facebook world and the Twitter world and media relations and that it's very visible. It's a very real problem, one that has to be dealt with on a daily basis, and whatever is being done in regards to awareness helps those that are dealing with that, with the incidents, whether it be at school, at home, on a playground, wherever. But as I said, it's a serious issue that needs to be dealt with, and the kids that are experiencing bullying, they need to be able to reach out to the helplines, and also those in supervisory positions need to be able to step in when they recognize kids are being bullied.
Absolutely. Quick reminder to those listening, if you have a question you'd like to ask Mayor Fenske, you can give us a call right now, 677-8181. At the last City Council meeting, there was a resolution passed approving the purchase of security cameras for the TRCC and the Northplex pool. If you can tell us a little bit about the decision to buy these cameras, have there been problems at city facilities to need more cameras?
Yeah, and basically we have a brand new facility with lots of nooks and crannies in it. We have a large population of high school students from R.D. Parker. We have a large population of UCN students, and we have a large community use of that facility. So basically it's a safety precaution in regards to being able to keep an eye on all areas of the facility, and in the case that there is an event that we can either get ahead of it, or if prosecution follows in, that there is videotape to go back to.
Okay. Now, last week, the City of Thompson issued a public notice that they've scheduled a public hearing about the wastewater treatment plant, scheduled for March 10th. What does the public hearing mean as part of this whole process? So
the whole process, residents, I know I got my letter yesterday, so residents should have received a notification yesterday or the day or today in regards to the public hearing that's held next Thursday, as you mentioned, March 10th at 7 p.m. The process that we have to follow. On Monday's council meeting, there will be a first reading of the bylaw, so that introduces the bylaw for discussion and debate with council. Then we have the public hearing. Then from the public hearing, we hear from the general public in regards to concerns or questions. Then we bring it back to council for a second time for second reading, and then a third and final reading before we send it off to the province for approval.
So, following that guideline, how long will it be before that gets sent off, roughly?
Probably 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, quick reminder, if you're listening and you have a question you'd like to ask Mayor Fenske, you can give us a call right now, 677-8181. Looks like we have a question coming this way soon. The city is once again accepting nominations for the annual Volunteer Recognition Awards. Is there a specific criteria for nominations, or is the city just looking for residents who are involved in the community?
Basically, we're looking for residents and looking for organizations to nominate individuals, or individuals to nominate other individuals for their volunteer work in the community. We have a strong volunteer base in our community, and annually we recognize people, and we also recognize a Volunteer of the Year. And so we encourage all organizations and individuals to look around the community, see who's getting involved in the community, who's doing the extra efforts, putting in the extra effort, and please volunteer them so that they can be recognized for their efforts.
Okay. We do have a caller question. It's about the sidewalks, particularly getting rough to walk on, especially for special needs people. Now, there wasn't a specific area on here, but is the city planning on increasing its sidewalk clearing?
Well, normally we have plows out on a regular basis. We have at least 2, if not 3, with snowblower attachments or a blade on the front. We do the multi-use paths fairly often, and it's based on snowfall. So we try to get it down to bare surface or raw surface as much as we can. It's a large area in the community that we have to deal with, but if there are specific areas that are an issue, we would encourage you the general public, to call into Public Works at 677-7970 to advise us of particular areas. But in general terms, we do it as much as needed. But again, if there are specific areas you want addressed, just call us in at Public Works, and we can deal with a specific area.
Okay, and thank you to our caller for that question. Winterfest is coming up this weekend. Certainly an exciting event for Thompsonites. It'll be my first Winterfest since moving up here, so I'm pretty excited for that. So for someone that may not have experienced Winterfest before, how would you describe it to them?
Well, it's basically our winter fair. We have a summer fair called Nickel Days. We have the winter fair called Winterfest, and it used to be the last number of years over the month of February. We've now combined it back to the old days when it used to be called the Kinsman Carnival, and Rudy the Raven was predominant in the event. But now it's a weekend event. The opening ceremonies are 7 o'clock at the TRCC at the ice stage, and there's lots of activities like Diamond Disc Dog Show, Aurora Dance Performance, Lambert Snow Sculpture Contest. There's a bonfire, fireworks, Woofstock on Saturday night, lots of music at the Legion, the Snow Maze, face painting, free bus rides, bouncy house, scavenger hunt, international feast, freestyle sled show, horse and sleigh rides, pancake breakfast, and an art exhibit at UCN. So lots of activities around the TRCC and the grounds. In addition, there's also basketball zones happening at the Artie Parker, so it'll be a busy weekend for everybody. So if you want to come out and experience Northern hospitality, now's the time, and this weekend is the weekend for it.
And is there a cost to any of these events at all?
There is. I don't have the ticket price in front of me, but you can phone the rec center at 204-677-7952 for that.
Okay, great. Before we end for today, was there anything else you'd like to mention?
Well, basically, again, with the extreme fluctuations in weather, hopefully we're over the hump of last week of the minus 30s. But again, just care and caution, because we have that freeze thaw, lots of slips and falls. So be cautious. We're sanding the streets as much as we can, but take care of yourself in regards to sanding and clearing your own sidewalks and walkways. And be cautious at night when the temperature drops with pets as well, not leaving them outdoors too long. So have a great safe weekend, and make sure everybody comes out to Winterfest.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, sir, for coming in today. That's it for this edition of City Beat. Make sure to join us every Thursday at 11:30 to find out what's happening around Thompson and City Hall. For 102.9 CHTM, I'm CJ Carter.
City Beat will be back next Thursday morning.